Thank you very much, President Gertler, Chancellor Patton, faculty, senior administrators of the university, and former and current members of Governing Council. It is truly my honor, and I'm very humbled to be receiving this degree today. This recognition is incredibly humbling. Thank you. To the distinguished guests, families, and friends, welcome. And to, of course, the graduates of Vic 2019, you have done it. You have reached this momentous occasion. Give yourself a roaring round of applause. Woo! Now, today marks a new chapter in your story. I think Margaret Atwood, one of Vic's most celebrated graduates, was right when she said, "Every person has a story that is constantly being replayed, revised, taken apart, and put together again. The significant points in this narrative change as a person ages." So today marks a significant point in your narrative, the story of you. In many ways, over the next few years, as you leave your formal education behind, your focus will shift inward. You'll be seeking answers to questions like, where shall I live? Where shall I start my career? Whom shall I love? And how will I make my mark on the world? I know that when I was your age, I thought, well, when I'm 40, I will be set. I will be who I will be. But the truth is, we never stop evolving. We never stop becoming who we are. And this growth comes from both the experiences we have as individuals and as members of our broader community. But before I explore this a bit more, I have a confession. Preparing for my comments today was a lot like what I remember preparing for my term papers. I had research to do, I had a deadline I was working towards, but unlike in my university days, I actually started my research early, drove my family nuts and my colleagues and associates nuts, and asking them how best I could keep your attention. That is, of course, assuming I have it at this point. So I was advised, be authentic, so here I am, be funny, which I can't guarantee, and be short, which I can guarantee as I stand here at 5'4". Now, you may not know this, but it's a big day for me. In fact, if I pause for a moment, it's a really big day for the Raptors. But we'll celebrate that one later tonight. I'm receiving an honorary Doctorate of Laws from the best university in Canada. And this honor has had me reflecting a lot about my time spent here. I was the third generation of my family to have graduated from the university, following in the footsteps of my grandfather and my father. 3 of 4 of my siblings went to this university. Apologies to my renegade sister who chose Western. And I'm also proud that 3 of my nieces have attended here. My father, Warren Goldring, whose vision, hard work, and drive to succeed helped him build a successful global asset management firm, never forgot how important this institution had been in shaping who he was. It is why he was intent on giving back, leaving a legacy donation, which became the catalyst for the Goldring Center for High Performance, and of course, the Goldring Student Center at Vic. He instilled in me that same sense of wanting to give back, to be part of something bigger. In my experience, it's not only those connections to our loved ones and friends, but the connections to our communities that truly enhance who we are. They help us unleash our full potential. Throughout my adult life, I have sought out opportunities to be involved where I could make an impact. I do this because as my own narrative has evolved, i.e., in other words, as I have aged, I have found personal growth by engaging directly with others in my community, in my social groups, and through my professional affiliations. One example is my work with the university, first as a member of Governing Council, and then in the role of Chair of Governing Council. In 2007, I was pregnant with my second daughter, working full-time, active with a number of other organizations, and frankly, focused on the changes in my life. I was offered the opportunity by Chancellor Patton to join Governing Council. I really had no idea what was involved, but she assured me it was something that would stretch me and help me evolve. And so I accepted. And then again in 2013, I said yes to standing for election as chair. Now, I can still remember my first day on the job. It was early July 2013. I was suddenly realizing that I was now overseeing an institution with 80,000 plus students across 3 campuses with a budget just shy of $2 billion in 2013. I was terrified and I was afraid of failing. So you know what the first thing I did was? Well, I rearranged the furniture in my office. Because I needed to muster all of the forces of the universe to make sure I was not going to fail. And I'm happy to say 3 years later that that didn't happen. Though, however, I know I've been tested in many ways that I never imagined, and the experiences that I had and the experiences that I survived have shaped me and helped me reach my potential. So as you embark on your next chapter of life, let me offer you just 2 bits of advice. I encourage you to think about continuing your personal evolution through active engagement with your broader community. It is where the I intersects with the we. First, say yes to opportunities that take you out of your comfort zone. Well, what does that mean? Well, for me, it is about seizing those opportunities that force you to keep evolving. As your narrative changes, as you move to your next stages of life, think about those opportunities that will stretch you. What challenges are you going to tackle? What institutions and organizations are you going to align with? How will you share your passions? I can tell you firsthand, pursuing these opportunities is never easy. They often require sacrifices, and they definitely take you outside of your comfort zone. But they are always richly rewarding, allowing you to unleash your unique potential. Secondly, I encourage you to engage actively. You've grown up in a very different era. You are the first generation of digital natives, where so much of your social engagement is online, whether it's on Snapchat, Instagram, or Twitter. And while this technology has opened up the world to you, to information, to connections, to global friendships, it is often hard to know if the persona that is portrayed online is the true individual. It is likely the reason that Facebook is often so dismissed as fake book, and where the number of likes is looked upon as validation of yourself. A lot has been written about the alienating consequences of living so much of our lives online. So my advice is, go out there, engage by living and working directly in the communities and organizations that feed your soul. Or dare I suggest, work with your alma mater. Now, with active engagement, you're not waiting to see how many likes you get or how long your streaks are. You are living it in the moment. You're experiencing it firsthand. It brings us back to this notion of identity, that we are truly both ourselves and our social selves. They cannot be separated. They are inextricably linked. Malcolm Gladwell, another distinguished U of T alumnus, sums it up this way. No one, not rock stars, not professional athletes, software billionaires, not even geniuses, ever make it alone. In other words, I am because of who we all are. So in closing, here's my challenge to you. Live each day according to your deepest values. If there's one thing that I've learned, is that what you need even more than perfectly arranged furniture in your office is courage. The courage to embrace challenges and opportunities that stretch you, the courage to live actively in the moment, the courage to be truly you. So ask yourself, who do I want to be? How can I make an impact? How will I live up to my potential? I, for one, am looking forward to tomorrow because I know my future is in your hands. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you.